just finished delivering a 1 hour session for Kilorglan Chamber Alliance. They asked me if I could present to local businesses and explain how they could use Canva in the run-up to Christmas, Black Friday, and also Christmas to design eye-catching graphics for their marketing. In this little mini course, I run through around 9 exercises, initially showing how to design things from scratch. And with every exercise I show you something new, something a bit more sophisticated, until it builds up your knowledge and you know an awful lot of what you can do in Canva. And then I explain how you can use templates. And once you understand how to create things from scratch, you definitely understand templates. So without further ado, let's get into that course. So let's get in here. If you've never joined Canva, actually, just go to canva.com and you will see a sign up button. Click that sign up button, just put in an email address, create a password, and that's it. You're up and running. They won't ask for a credit card or anything. When you're in here, you're on canva.com. Now forget about this for the time being. It can look a bit complicated, but really they're saying, what would you like to design? And this is a course for creating images for social media and your website. So social media, I'll be going into a lot. If you want to design something for your website, it's custom size. I'm going to go into social media. And really then they're saying, well, what do you want to create? Is it a square image? They're saying Instagram post square. Forget that it says Instagram. They really mean square. So if I click on it, I'm now working with a square canvas. Now, if you're sending out a post on Facebook, square works perfect. If you're sending out an Instagram post, square, LinkedIn, Twitter, which is now called X, square works perfectly as an image post. So if you want to cut down on the work, just select Instagram post square, and that image then will work across any social network. If you come in here to social media and you choose Instagram story, it's portrait. So these really are the two sizes that you'll be using the most. I'd say 95% of the time. I'm going to be using square a lot tonight. So I'm going to come in here, Instagram post square. And in my first scenario, I have a menswear shop and we have Black Friday sale. Now in this first exercise, it is very basic. So if you know a bit about Canva, please don't be alarmed. It's going to get far more sophisticated. But this is really just to bring everybody who hasn't used Canva up to speed a little. So I'm here and I am designing my image. And once I'm on a canvas, this is my menu over here. And when I want to upload something from my computer, I'll go uploads, upload files, and then I'll find the folder on my computer. It's on my desktop. It's in a folder called Canva. It's on a folder called Christmas. And the image I want to use is here. My image is now in my uploads folder. In order to use it, you need to upload it to Canva, and now it will always be here. You know, even with the free account, it will be here. So click to get it onto the canvas, and then make it fill the canvas. You don't go dragging corners and stuff. The correct thing is you right click and you go set image as background. So that's how to get an image onto a canvas size that you've already chosen. If I then wanted to brand my image and put a logo on it, I'd have to upload the logo into the library. So I go uploads, upload files, and here is my logo. And then I'll click and I can move that around and I can put it there. There we go. That's how to brand an image. If I want to add some text, I'll come over here to text. And then I've got heading and subheading. If I click on heading, I can drag that, make it bigger. And then I could add some text in there. Let's say Black Friday sale. I could then change the color, select all that, change the color to white so we can actually see it. I could change the font to anything I want. I can make it bigger or smaller. Another way to do that would be to just drag the corners and make it bigger or smaller. I could bold, italicize. If you can use Microsoft Word, you can use this. Let's capitalize Friday. If I then wanted more text, let's say up to 50% off, I could come over here to text, subheading, make that bigger, you know, make it significantly bigger, and change it to up to 50% off. I could change the font to match the font if I wanted. The League Spartan. I could even change the color to red if I wanted. So let's change that color to red. And then if I wanted to name this file, I would just maybe call it Black Friday, let's say 1. Now, why did I put it in two text boxes rather than one? Because I might want one part bigger than the other. I might want one element in a different font. I might want one element in a different color. If I want to download it, I'll go share, download, and it's downloading that as a PNG file, an image file that will work perfectly on any social network. Right, I'll just save that there to the desktop. And that was the first exercise tonight. That really was for people who've never used Canva. If you've used Canva, that was very, very basic. But now you all know that really when you come in here, you already know, do I want something square for a post, or do I want something portrait for stories, or maybe the cover of a reel? And then you probably upload an image from your computer, you pop it in there, then you can brand it, you can add text in any way you want. Unless anything was unclear, I'll assume we're all okay with that. But if you have any questions, please let me know. I didn't have to click save at any point. They automatically save it. If I go to canva.com, which is the homepage, what's great is all my recent designs are down here. Everything I've ever designed is down here. The image hasn't fed through yet, but it will. Let's say I wanted to design something else. I could go back to this first design. It will be there for me. And then I could come up here and I could just go File, make a copy. Because sometimes you might want to just adapt a design. It'll save you a lot of time. You don't always have to start from scratch. So I'm just going to get rid of this text. And now I want to show you what I think is a much better way to add text. That text was extremely basic. So over here on the left, we have text, and up here we have search. Now, 200 million people use Canva, and Canva know that most of them are just business people or mums and dads and haven't a clue about fonts. But they have professional graphic designers working there, and they understand fonts and they put fonts together. And you can search up here for what are called font combinations. So I'm going to search for a topic like sale, and now we have very professional looking sale related fonts. And I can perhaps choose that one, make it a bit smaller. And when you choose one of these font combinations, you can then change anything. So I could change that to mega, and I could change the color, let's say, to red. So once you understand that, when you look at these font combinations, you're not thinking, ooh, I have to say huge sale. I could think, I could change that to Black Friday sale, up to 30% off, because I can change anything. So I'll click on that. I might then make it smaller. And, if I had a winter sale, it would be very easy. I could just change that to winter. Black Friday is a bit bigger than the space, though. So let's see how we do that. Black Friday. And can you see now it's all gone a bit kind of skewy? Now, what might not be obvious to you is that Canva have grouped all of these things together, which means I can't go kind of manipulating these text boxes. But it's very easy. I can click ungroup. And now when I click on the text box for Black Friday, I can just extend it. And now I can position it anywhere I want. And let's capitalize the Friday. So personally, I think that looks so much better than the first exercise. In hindsight now, the first exercise looked extremely basic, very kind of Microsoft Wordy. Not everybody would know how to get the word sale looking like a cutout keyline font there. And then that's that complementary font. I could then save that as Black Friday 2. And I could download that as an image to my computer. Share, download, and it's a PNG file. Or I might want to make this stand out a little bit more in social media. And one way of making it stand out a bit more is maybe animate the text so that when this comes into people's feeds, the moving text gets people's attention. So do you notice that there is no menu here for text? But when I click on Black Friday, then the menu appears. I can change the font, I can change the size, the color, etc. But there are so many things that I could do. They don't have room for all of them. So they've stuck some of them down here under the 3 dots, and one of them is animate. So basically click on a text box, animate, and then down here I could have the text burst in. And then I could click on sale, and I could have that bounce in. And then I could click on up to 50% off. I might have that wiggle. So now when I click play, that's what it will look like. There won't be any play button on social media. There won't be any progress bar. It'll just be just an image with text animating on it. But actually, technically now it's no longer an image, it's a video. As soon as you put anything moving on an image, it's no longer an image, it's a video. So if I go share, download, it's a video. So whatever social network I share that on, when it goes into people's feeds, nobody needs to click play. It just looks like an image with animated text. What if I wanted to take this a step further? Sometimes people have said to me, what if I want some words disappearing and other words coming in? Now, technically, I've said it's a canvas, but also technically it's a page. And here I can duplicate a page. So now I have two pages. Page 1 lasts for 5 seconds. Page 2 lasts for 5 seconds. The whole thing is 10 seconds. When I click play, it says Black Friday sale. And then page 2 kicks in and it says Black Friday sale. So I'm sure you're guessing if I went to page 2 and changed Black Friday to, let's say, now, and sale to on, I now have Black Friday sale now on, but it's a bit slow and people's attention spans are low. You know, the average video view on Instagram is 9 seconds. People don't need 10 seconds to read Black Friday sale is now on. So I'm going to go to the first page here and I'm going to go bring it back to 2.5 seconds and I'm going to go apply to all pages. So now the whole thing is 5 seconds and it's Black Friday sale now on. Okay. That is, now one thing there I noticed the now, I might want to move that there so it's more centered. I didn't like that just being a bit to the right there. So I'm just going to kind of center it. You can just manipulate anything you want. And try that again. Black Friday sale now on. And then I'll go share, download. That's downloading one video, which lasts 5 seconds. And when I share that on social media, most people wouldn't even realize it's a video. They'll just think it's an image with some text coming in and out. No questions? The absence of questions, I'll assume we're all okay. But if anybody isn't sure about anything, do let me know. Third exercise, and I'm continuing with Black Friday. But of course, just because I'm using Black Friday as an example, you could have Christmas and after Christmas, because Canva isn't just for Christmas, you could use this all through the year. I'm just using Black Friday for a couple of examples. Some of you would want to design stories. Want something eye-catching for your stories. So you come in here to canva.com and you click on social media. And instead of Instagram Post Square, I'm going to select Instagram Story. And of course, stories are portrait. So I'll go uploads and let's take the same image of the guy. I'm going to click and then I'm going to right click, set image as background. Now, something that might not be obvious to you is I can double click on the image and I can move him left or right, because can you see that technically the original image is bigger than portrait? And from a marketing point of view, I might want a bit of space left or right of him to put my messaging. So I can just jiggle him over there and go done. And now I have a bit more space to work with. Right. The first way I said you could add text was go into text, heading, subheading, very basic. The second way I said was search for a topic like sale. I meant to tell you, you could also search for something like Christmas. And they have lots of Christmassy looking fonts. I'm going to do that later in an exercise. The third way to add eye-catching text is come into text and actually don't search for anything, just come down here. And they have loads of font combinations. Now, some of these are pro, and pro means you can't use it unless you're paying your €12 a month. And most of them actually are free. They don't have pro on them at all. So anything that doesn't have pro, you can use it. So what exactly are these and how would you use them? Now, I can't imagine that I would want to say glow, but if I might like the look of it. I think, oh, I like the look of that. And then I can move it anywhere I want. And then I could change the word glow to sale. And then I could click and I could go over here and I could go animate and I could have that bounce in. Point is, I might never have come up with that particular look, but when I see it, I think, ooh, I like that. And then down here, I don't think I would want to say thank you on my marketing images, but I might want to say winter sale. So when you look at these font combinations, don't look at the literal words. Look at it, two-word thing. That could be winter sale. Happy birthday. That could be winter sale. It could be whatever I want. And sometimes you want to say a little bit more. That's 4 words. That's 3 words. So if you like the look of something, you can adapt it to yourself. So that's the third way of adding eye-catching text. I have another few. Moving on to the fourth now. And the fourth is actually don't even go into text. So bypass text and come up here to elements. And in elements, they have graphics, and they have hundreds of thousands of graphics. So for example, I could search for wow and then go graphics, and now they have lots of wow related graphics, either the expression or the word. Some are pro, some are free. That's free. I could have wow going off on top of one of my images, but technically it would be a video, because once you put anything moving, it's a video. I could type in sale graphics, and now we have lots of sale related graphics, and I could put any of these on my image. Let's continue with Black Friday. So I'm going to search for Black Friday. Now, some of you, I would imagine, have the pro version, and some of you have the free version. So at the moment, I'm just looking at everything, pro and free. I have the pro version. So let's just find something here that's pro. So I could stick that up there. So if any of you have a retail outlet or anything at all that you want to indicate that you have a Black Friday sale, that would look good. And then I could change this to 50% off. So I've searched for 50% off graphics. And now these are all the 50% off graphics. Because I have pro, I can choose this. And I could put that down there. And down here, I can just go full screen. And that looks very swish. But some of you won't have the paid version. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to duplicate the page and show you what I could do if I had the free version. Let's go back to Black Friday. And up here, there's a little filter. And if I click on that filter and I scroll down, there's free. So now they're only showing me free stuff. And some of you might want to put on that filter. So I could now choose that. It's a nice little free animated Black Friday one. And I could go back here and search for 50% off. And because I have the filter on, I can use all of these. They're free. Can you see that it doesn't say pro on any of them? So if I wanted, I could have a very nice animated one there saying 50% off, Black Friday sale. Or I could go with something static like 50% off. That is the fourth way to add eye-catching text. I'm going to give you a fifth way a little later, but I hope you can see with every exercise, I'm just showing you additional new things, and it'll be up to you then which ones you go for. I'm just really giving you options. Right, let's move on to Christmas. Let's say we have Black Friday sorted. And again, I'm showing you how to design things from scratch. Now, this course isn't just how to design for social media. Some of you might be involved in clubs that have a website, or your business might have a website. And how would you design an image for your website? Remember, when you come into Canva, I've been saying go to social media, but these are all things that are pre-sized. Square for Instagram or any social media. Instagram story, portrait, Facebook cover. If you want to design an image for your Facebook cover, click on that. It will perfectly match because, of course, there is a very standard size. Or some of you on the social media might want to design a YouTube thumbnail. Click on that, and now your canvas perfectly fits. But when you want to design something for your website, there is no standard size. It's just whatever image size your graphic designer chose. So let's take a scenario here. Let's go to our website, the marketing crowd. And let's say I want an image for our website to say that our Christmas gift vouchers are now available. And I don't want to have to redesign my homepage. So I think, I'll sacrifice this image for the next month. I want to replace this image with an image that says gift vouchers now available. But how would I easily figure out the size of that image? Because I want to design something that exactly fits. I want to throw out my design. So I'm going to right click, save image as, and I'm going to save it to the desktop. And just in case I've done this before, I'm going to put in Kilorglan Chamber here. So we will definitely recognize it as being ours. So I'm saving that to the desktop. I'm now going to go into my File Explorer. Let's open it first. And you should now see my File Explorer, which is basically where you go in to find folders, etc. And I saved it to the desktop. So there's desktop. And if I come down here, beyond the folders, I'm looking for that image. There we go. There it is. And can you see it says Kilorglan Chamber underneath it? So we definitely know this is ours. Now, if I hover over any image, if I hover over that image, can you see what pops up? A little bit of information. It says dimension 1024 by 1024. That's the size of the image in pixels. And if I hover over that, which is what I downloaded earlier, it's 1080 by 1080. So any image you hover your mouse over in File Explorer tells you the dimensions, and there I can see 640 by 640 by 360. That is pixels. So now I'll go back to Canva and I'll go to the home page. And this time, instead of going into social media, I'm going to come over here to custom size. And I'm going to type in 640 by 360. Create new design. And now this is the exact size for the image that I'm going to replace on the website. If any of you didn't follow that, please let me know. But if I don't hear, I'll assume we're okay. So that's how you'd figure out the size of any image on your website. I've been saying so far this evening, just go over here to the left, click on uploads and upload an image from your website or from your computer. But I'm now pointing out that if you scroll down, they have a photo library with 10 million stock images. So they've teamed up with all the main stock image websites. And of the 10 million, maybe 7.5 million are paid. So if you've Pro, you can use them, and 2.5 million are free. So if you're on the free version, you basically have 2.5 million free images that you can search through and choose from. So I'll go photos, and then I'll come up here and I'll search for Christmas. And these are all Christmas images, but some are Pro and some are free. Now up here, there's a filter. If I click on that filter, I can come down and I can select free. Now I'm only being shown the free images. So if any of you are using it for free, you can choose any of those. And they really have some beautiful images in here. So let's say I wanted that. I could then right click and set images background, and then I could do anything I want in that image. I'm just going to get rid of that filter. And I actually want a snowman. So I'll search for snowman. Some are paid, some are free. I'm going to go with this one. So let's get rid of this guy over here. And I'm going to click and I'm going to right click, set image as background. Exactly what I did in earlier exercises. Now, I want some Christmassy looking text. And remember earlier, I said that if you go to text and searched up here for sale, they would have font combinations that look salesy. Well, if I search for Christmas, scroll down, they will have lots of Christmassy looking font combinations. Now, personally, I would go for something in social media, go for something that looks legible as opposed to maybe too ornate. So I'm going to go with this. And remember, I can change the text to anything I want. So I could change Merry Christmas to gift vouchers. And from the Smiths, I could change to now available. Now I could make that as big or small as I want. I might just go with that. What if I wanted to change the color? And what if I wanted to have the color of gift vouchers the same as the red in the snowman? So I just highlight my text here. And then I go up to text color. So they have colors, default colors. Let's just talk about colors for a second. I can choose any of their colors. Yeah, that's the color I chose. So they have these default colors. Another way to choose colors is you'd come up here and there's a little plus and they have a color chooser. So I could choose yellow. And if I choose yellow, top right is the brightest yellow. Top left is white. Bottom is black. So if you start in the top right and then move left, you're getting lighter. And if you move down, you're getting darker. That's the way it works. So that's the second way of choosing a color. Third way would be just type in a color. Brown. And now they have lots of hues of brown. So 3 big ways of choosing color. Click on the text, click on color. You can either choose their default colors. You can click on the plus to more accurately choose a color. Also meant to tell you under plus, you can put in a color code and that will definitely accurately match your color. Or you could just search for a color and choose a hue of it. But there's one other way, and that is you can match, or rather you can choose a color from the image or any image that's on the canvas. So let's do this again. I highlight my text, I go in here, and down here they have photo colors. So they've extracted the colors from that photo. And if I want my text to match the gloves, there is the color. So now my text matches a color that's already in the image, and you might want to do that. Right. I think I might be happy with this, but then maybe I want to do a bit more. And maybe what I want to do is add my logo. So I'm going to go uploads, upload files, and I'm going to add my logo. I'm going to pretend now that I work for gifts.ie, and I'm going to add my logo to the design. And I hope you're thinking that that doesn't look good. It just looks like something plunked on the design. And I come across this a lot in social media and the courses I deliver. It's one of the most common questions I get asked. How do I get rid of that white thing in my logo? Really, it's a red logo that somebody's placed on a white background that I've now placed on an image, and it looks bad. Now, if you have the paid version of Canva, it's very simple. You can just click and they have BG remover, background remover. But can you see the crown here? It means it's in the paid version. But when I click on it, it'll just remove the background from the image. And now that's exactly what I want. Much cleaner and more professional. But I know that a lot of you won't have the paid version of Canva, and you might wonder, well, how could I do that? So there's a free website that you can go to called remove.bg. Remove.bg. And there's no need to sign up. There's no need to log in. All you've got to do is upload image, and I'm going to upload my gifts.ie logo. Notice it's called gift shop logo. They'll scan it and they'll remove the background. The background has been removed. I'm now going to go download, and now they've put the words remove BG preview to the end of the file name. It's a PNG file. So I'm going to save it. And now I'm going to go back to Canva, and I'm going to go upload files, and I'm going to upload the transparent version, the one with remove BG preview at the end. So remember, that was the nasty looking one. And now this one is the one I want, the one with no background. So if you've got the paid version of Canva, it's very simple. Click on your image, click on BG remover or remove BG. If you have the free version, you just need to do those extra 4 or 5 clicks. Go to the website, upload your image, download the image, go to Canva, upload the transparent version, and add it to your design. So I now have my image branded. What I might now choose to do actually is I might choose to duplicate the page. So I'm going to click on 3 little dots here and duplicate page. So that's page 1 and that is page 2. And I sometimes do this to give myself an option. And quite often, if you put text in a shape, it pops a lot more. So I'm going to go over here to elements and there is shapes. If I click see all, they have lots of shapes. And think of shapes as shapes that you could put text into. So I'm going to choose a circle. Now they chose that color, but I could change that color to any color I want. And I'm going to choose a color from the photo. Now, actually, I've changed my mind as well because these things happen. I now want the text to match the color of my logo. I think that would look much better than matching the color of the gloves. So I'm going to click on gift vouchers and I'm going to click on text color and I'm going to match because now my image, the logo image, is also on the canvas. So they're giving me that red as well. So that's how you would match the color of your text to the color of your logo. Just get your logo onto the canvas and then it will be there as an option for you. So I'm now going to put the text into that there. Right, I think that is more legible, to be honest, than that. But I also think this looks quite basic. It looks like a plonked circle. So I'm going to give myself a third option. Duplicate page. Now, what isn't obvious is that you can make things transparent. So if I click on my circle, over here there's transparency. And it always looks way better if you make your background shape more transparent. So I'm going to bring it down to maybe 50%. And now you can still see the circular shape, but it's got that coming through from the picture. Now it looks more like a bubble or a bauble compared to something a bit more plonked there. So I've decided I don't really like that one. So I could delete that. And I don't really like the second one. So I'll delete that. This is the one I'm going to go with. Okay, that was the first exercise for Christmas. And in that one, we learned how to get the size of an image on your website. How would you then create a canvas on Canva that perfectly matches? How could you then use the image library, their stock image library? Something I didn't tell you. Sometimes people have said, come back to me and said, do you know, Ivan, I don't see photos on the left-hand side here. And yeah, if you're brand new to Canva, sometimes they don't put photos. So if you don't see it, click on apps, scroll down, and under more from Canva, you'll see photos. Click on it, choose any image, put it on a canvas, and that's it. You've used it, and because you've used it, it will always appear over here. We've also looked at how to remove the background from your logo, but actually, I've also shown you how to remove the background from a person or a product or an object. Just use remove.bg. I've shown you how to match the color of text to the color of your logo. I've also shown you how to put text into a shape and how to make that shape transparent, which looks a lot more designed. Any questions? Do let me know. Right, let's move on to the next exercise. I want to design something for social media to say that we've lots of gift ideas, Christmas gift ideas. So I'm going to come in here, Instagram post square, and on the left-hand side, I'm going to go uploads, upload files, and I have a menswear shop, pretending. So whatever image you have of your product, service, community group, upload the image, click, right click, set image as background. Now I can double click there and kind of jiggle him down a bit. Maybe his head is too near the top. Now I'm going to show you a very handy tool called Magic Grab. Magic Grab allows you to extract something from an image and then manipulate what's extracted. So I'm going to click on my image. It's one of their AI tools. I'm going to click here and I'm going to go edit. And under Magic Studio are all their AI tools. And I'm going to click Magic Grab. And they will identify what could be extracted from the image. Because I hope you understand this, like any photograph, is a flat image. I cannot move him. I can't move him left or right. Can't do anything with him. He's in the photo. But if I click, edit, Magic Grab, they've said, okay, you could grab him actually. So I'll go click and grab him. Now the AI is going to figure out, okay, well, if he's going to be moved around, then there can't be a big blob behind him. So they'll figure out that he has to be replaced by moor, bog, background. So now if I move him, well, there is a bit of a blob. There is a bit of a blob actually. So it didn't do a fantastic job here. But I won't be moving him too much. I don't really want to move him. What I want to do is this. I'm going to go text, heading, make it bigger. And I'm going to change the words to gift ideas. Gift ideas. And wouldn't it be great if I could have the text behind his head? Because that can look very eye-catching. And it's something I often get asked. How could I put my text behind a person? There's obviously, a photo of somebody at work. It would be great to just have some text behind them. It looks cool. How could I have text behind a building? How could I have text behind my product? Well, if we think about our image here now, there's actually 3 layers. We have the background, the moor. We have him on top of the background, and we have the text on top of him. Technically 3 layers. And in Canva, you can right-click, go layer, send backward, send forward. I'm going to go send backward, which means it's now behind him. And I did make him a bit smaller and kind of positioned him a little bit. It could be obvious that it is gift ideas, and it's just a very eye-catching technique, but not the most eye-catching text, to be honest, because I've gone back to this heading subheading thing. So I now want to show you a 5th way of adding eye-catching text. You might not know that there are, hundreds anyway, if not thousands, hundreds of apps in Canva. I'm sure you've heard about, let's say, the Instagram API or the Facebook API. It just means that they've opened up their network to third-party developers. So that's why the likes of Hootsuite or Later can create tools that allow you to schedule stuff on Instagram because they can plug in to the Instagram network. So Canva opened up their API to third-party developers, and now there's hundreds of amazing tools that plug into Canva. Now, there's different ways of finding apps, but in this short course tonight, I'm going to show you probably the quickest way. Over here on the left-hand side, there's apps. And there's loads of apps that you can browse through. I'll leave you do that. But there's a search box, and type in any topic. I want an app to do with text. So I'll type in text, and they'll show me all the text apps. Do you want to turn text into speech? Do you want to extract text from a document? Do you, want very cartoonist? I don't know why that's in there. Okay, I'm just going to stick with this one. Text Maker, I think it's great. So I'm going to click on Text Maker. And they have all these lovely fonts in here. Think of it like custom fonts on steroids, where they have these ones, they've 3D ones, they've gold ones, they've comic ones, and whatever word I type in, it will be in this really eye-catching font. So I'm going to go with gold here. I'd like a nice gold font, and I might go with royal, like the look of that. So I'm going to click on royal, and I just type in whatever I want in this text box. So I'm going to type in gift ideas. Gift ideas. And now can you see up here, gift ideas. And if I want to add it to my design, I'll just go add to design, and now we've got gift ideas. And now I could do the whole layer thing, right click, layer, send backward. And I think that looks quite good. It's just a bit eye-catching. I think it's obvious to people that it's gift ideas, but it just stands out and much more eye-catching. Then I might want to add some kind of a Christmas design. So if you want any little Christmas elements or Christmas graphics, go to Elements, search for Christmas graphics. Now we have all the graphics. Some are paid, some are pro, some are free. Trying to do as much as I can here this evening free. So I might do a search for Christmas tree and filter free. And when I scroll down, that's free. It's a nice gold Christmas tree. I could put that here. So now subliminally, it's very obvious. I'm talking about Christmas gifts. Everybody could pick up on that messaging. I don't have to splatter the word Christmas all over the place. Christmas gifts. Okay, and then I could call that whatever I want, gift ideas, and then I could download it. Can I ask, are we all doing okay here? Everybody following it? Is there anything I'm covering that you're not following? Do let me know. Not getting a lot of questions. I'm going to interpret that as a good thing. Great. Thanks, Chris. Thank you. So I have one more kind of designing from scratch thing to show you, and then I want to get into the templates. But it's really the designing from scratch, I think, that gives you the skills. If I just came in here tonight and said, do you know, there's these amazing templates, you actually wouldn't learn anything. You wouldn't actually develop your skills. So one more designing from scratch example. Let's start with Instagram post square. I've got a blank canvas. I am going to put my logo on it. So I'll go uploads. Thanks for the thumbs up, Katrina and Siobhan. So I'm going to put my logo on the canvas. You know, this transparent version of my logo. Now, having a colored background can really make your post pop, because the feed is quite often full of videos and images. And just having a graphic that has color can really jump out in the feed. And having a graphic that matches a color in your logo can just reinforce your brand. So actually, I work for gifts.ie here. I would like my background to be the same color red as my logo. Well, how would I do that? I'd click on the background. I'd go background color. They have all these colors, but remember, they always give me the color from the photo. And because I have my logo there we go. Now we've got this nasty white thing again. But didn't I have a transparent version from earlier? Remember? I brought it into remove.bg, and that is the transparent version. Now, of course, I have a problem, haven't I? I have a red logo on a red background. You understand that if I change the color there to purple, it is a red logo on a red background. Let's go back to that red background. What could I do? I could click on my logo, edit, come down here to duotone, custom, and I could change the color to white. So if you ever want to make your logo white to stand out against your brand color, that would be how you do it. Edit, duotone, custom. Right, I have a couple of GIFs that I want to put on this. So I'm going to upload files. If you hold down the control key, you can select more than one file. And I've uploaded these two gift images. And I'm going to drag this one over here. And I'm going to drag this one over here. And I hope you're thinking that looks terrible, because it looks desperate, right? And if you want to add multiple images to a graphic, that wouldn't be the way to do it. Much better is to use frames. So frames are under elements. Now remember elements, this is where I search for wow, sale, Christmas, Black Friday, and I had the graphics. It's also, if you scroll down, where I had the shapes. Circle to put the text in. If you keep going, there's also frames. And frames are shapes that you can put images or videos into. Now, I'll let you browse through them. They have amazing shapes. I'm going to search for circle. And I'm going to choose a circle with a little gold surround. Now, basically, this bluey green thing is where I'm going to drop my image. And my image will pop in there and it'll look much better. You'll see what I mean. I don't even have to have the circle fully in the frame. I could have it half in, half out. So now if I go to uploads, I could drag that in there and I could drag that in there. And I hope you're thinking that looks so much better. I could then go over to elements, get rid of that search. Remember I searched for Christmas and Black Friday and everything? I'm going to just search for special offer. I was under frames. Schoolboy error. Right, so let's go back to search elements, special offer. And I'm going to go with the special offer. And I could just make it a bit smaller, drag it down here. Okay, and then I'll call this special offer. And download it. So what we've learned there is it's very easy to make your entire graphic background the same color as your logo, same color as your brand. Just put your logo on there first. If you then find that your logo, the same color as the background, isn't popping out, you can change it to white. We've also learned that just dropping images on a background, on a canvas doesn't look good. Instead, you go into frames and there's some amazing shapes in there and your design can look brilliant. Right, I'm now going to move on to templates. And the reason I've done the course this way is I think you'll now find it very easy to adapt the templates, because if you followed everything that I've covered, then you'd have no problems at all. Whereas if I'd started showing you this, a lot of you were wondering, yeah, but how can you do that? How does it work like that? So you go to canva.com and let's forget about Christmas and Black Friday for now. I just want to show you templates in general because you can use them throughout the year. I have a menswear shop and I have new stock in. So I'm going to do a search for new arrivals or new stock. And then I'm going to click on Canva Templates. And their graphic designers have designed over 100,000 templates for any topic. And when you're looking at these, don't think of it as stock images. Oh, I don't like that image. Oh, I don't like that text. These are totally manipulable. You can manipulate them. Now, some are square, some are portrait. I think you should go to category, social media, and if you want square ones, choose Instagram posts, and if you want portrait ones, select Instagram stories. Some are paid, some are pro, but there's lots of free. In the interest of time, I'm just going to choose this one, but it works if it's a free one or if it's a paid one, just select it and go customize. I might then, you see, it doesn't matter to me that there's photos of women. I have a menswear shop, but I can just upload my images, holding down to the control key. And these are my images in my uploads library. The point is I like the look of it, and I might not have come up with this design, but these are frames. These are like the circles I drop my GIFs into. I could now pop him in here, him in there, him there, him there, and him there. I could get rid of shop now because I don't want it, and I could pop in my logo because all this is a canvas that I can manipulate, just like I've been showing you. I could change that to new in stock, and I could change that to whatever my web address is. I could then change the background color to any color I want. Maybe my brand color, maybe one of their colors, maybe a color from the photo. Maybe I want to change new in stock to white. And maybe I would like it animated. So basically, within 60 seconds, I'm able to create something that looks really good because I just piggybacked on one of their templates. Now, my advice to you is, beyond Christmas, just do a search for things like jewelry or fashion or travel. You don't have to search for templates for your, if you're a rugby club, don't search for rugby club. And if you're a supermarket, don't just search for supermarket, search for anything. Because you're just looking at these and thinking, ooh, I like the look of that. Sure, I could change that. I could change that image. I could change that background. I could change the text. That's all you're doing. Okay, let's do a Black Friday. So instead of jewelry here, I'm going to do a search for Black Friday. And I'll go Canva Templates. I'll go category, social media, Instagram post square. And now, do I have Pro? Am I paying my €12 a month? If so, I can use any of them. If I'm not using Pro, then I have to choose one that is free. This is free, so I'm going to choose this one, and I'll go customize this template. And obviously, at this stage now, you know, it doesn't matter what images are in here. I can go uploads, and I can drag him in there, and I could put him in there. I don't have to have this. This is text in a circular shape. I could just go up to Elements, Graphics, and search for 50% off. Graphics, free. And then I could just choose that 50% off because I can manipulate this in any way I want. It's just a canvas. Obviously, I wouldn't put it on top of his head. Right, that's one example. Another one, let's do Black Friday. And this time I'm going to go Canva Templates. This time, category, social media. Let's go Instagram stories. And now all of them will be portraits. And if you like the look of any of them, you can manipulate them. I'm going to go with this one here. Like the look of it, but I might want to change a few things. First thing is I might want to put my logo on it. So I'll go uploads and let's put gifts.ie. And then I want to change the color from gray to the gifts.ie color. Photo colors. You see, I don't see my photo color. Why don't I? Because I haven't clicked see all. It'll be down there kind of hidden away. But now I can't see gifts.ie. So I'll click edit, duotone, custom, and make it white. So now I have a branded red background matching my logo. You know, I think I'm kind of happy with everything else. Maybe I want to change that to white. All a bit dark. So we'll change that to white. And of course, if it wasn't 70% off, I could easily change 70% to 50% because I can manipulate anything. And now that is what I have. And the web address, I would change that to gifts.ie. Maybe make it white. Okay. In the interest of time, I'm just going to show you one final thing. I didn't show you a Christmas template, but there are beautiful Christmas templates in there. Why don't I quickly do a search, but I won't manipulate one. You understand the principle, I hope, at this stage. So you just come here and you do a search for Christmas. Christmas. But rather than just Christmas, you could do a search for Christmas gifts, Christmas sale, but they have lovely templates. Beautiful ones, actually. Final thing I want to show you is you could make your logo nice and Christmassy and put it on your social media profiles. So I'll go social media, I'll go square, and I'll upload the marketing crowd logo. And then I'll click to put it in the canvas and I'll right click to make it set image as background. So how can I make this Christmassy? Well, why don't I go up to elements, search for graphics, let's say snow, graphics, and that's paid. Let's try and keep everything free, folks, because a lot of you mightn't be paying for it. And if you are paying for it, then you have everything to choose from. So I'm going to go free. And have we a bit of snow here? Well, we have snow here. I could put that down at the bottom. And then I could stretch. And then I could stick this guy here. So now I have a little snowman on my logo. And that would, if I put that on my Facebook page or my Instagram, that would look quite Christmassy. Or I could go duplicate page, get rid of him. And this time I could search for Santa sleigh. And we have lots of little Santa sleighs. These are free. Why don't I go with him? And I could have him. And I could just make him more of an angle. So he's taken off. And now I've got that there. Then download that and pop it into your Instagram profile. Right, it is 7:31. Don't want to keep anybody. Sure, you all have dinner or something. But that is the hour session. Hope you all found it useful. The goal was for any of you kind of new to Canva or knew a little bit about it, hope you're feeling a lot more comfortable and confident about the different things that you can do. I'd say personally, I've probably shown you 40% of what Canva can do. There's so much more. There's loads of AI elements to it as well that are fantastic. Can I ask any final questions? Anything that you came in the course to learn tonight that I didn't cover? Anything that for your particular organization or business that you'd like to learn how to do it and I didn't cover it? Or are we all good? Are we all good?
Hey, Evan, I was going. I thought it was. Oh, jeez. I thought it was great.
Great.
I don't. I suppose I've been kind of always using, as you'd imagine, Photoshop or something like that, or
Yeah.
Illustrator or whatever. But recently, I use more and more Canva and learn loads of tips there already. Like
Right.
myself. So
Good.
thanks
So
a
it is a
million.
brilliant tool for small businesses, on a budget
100%.
to help you make your social media and digital marketing much better. Right. Now there's a few comments from Siobhan Mangan, and it's not that my wife now, not that my wife keeps saying how much she enjoyed it. It's just that some of you came in and your name is Siobhan Mangan. It's just that Siobhan accidentally sent you her personal link for Zoom today. So a lot of you came in as Siobhan Mangan. So Siobhan is saying, thank you, very interesting. Siobhan is saying, very easy to follow. Thank you, appreciate your time. Thanks a million, Siobhan. You're great. Katrina, brilliant. Thank you. Thanks, Chris and the Chamber for organizing. Yep. And Svetlana, glad you found it useful. Okay, well, thank you for inviting me, Chris. And Chris suggested that maybe I'd volunteer, come along and cover a few topics, and I'm very happy to. And I think we might do another one or two in the new year, Chris.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Things like
We really appreciate it.
how to get found high up in Google is one we're looking at, and how to make your own marketing videos, maybe using CapCut. Again, just short little 1 hour sessions to help Killorglin businesses. Right, we leave it there. Thanks a million,
Evan,
folks.
thank you so much for your time.
No problem at all. Take
Thanks.
care.
Take care.
Thank you. Bye. 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 Bye.